I'm Chris McAlilly, and I serve as lead pastor here at Oxford University United Methodist Church. And we are starting a new season of ministry. And as we do that, I want us to move forward together as one congregation with Christ at our center and with a commitment to 5 ways of being. I want us to be hope inspiring. I want us to be character forming, community engaging, and bridge building people. And in this series of videos, I want to unpack exactly what I mean by each of those ways of being. But I just want to start by talking about what it means for us to be a Christ-centered congregation. A lot of people have asked me, where are we going in this next season of life? What are we going to do next? And that's a good question. But a better question to start with is not what, but why. If you start with why, you know your motivation, you know your animating purpose. If you start with the question of why, you know your center. You've got a point from which you can direct and focus all of your energy and effort and work. And at OU, we have a very clear why. The reason we exist is because of Jesus Christ. The life and the death and the resurrection of Jesus is our why. It's our animating purpose. It's the reason that we're a congregation. And I use the word Christ-centered intentionally. The word Christian in our context has become politicized and partisan. And so to say and reframe that we're a Christ-centered congregation puts the emphasis on the person, not the institution. We're accountable to Jesus Christ. When we're pulled by the extremes of our culture, we're called to come back to the center, to come back to Jesus, to follow Jesus, to look towards Jesus, to keep our eyes on Jesus. And in doing that, we'll know who we're supposed to be, what we're supposed to do, and where we're supposed to go. If you read the scriptures, the whole story of the Bible centers on Jesus. And as followers of Christ, what we're called to do is to come back to the scriptures and to immerse ourselves in the story of the Bible. And as we do that, what we do is we watch what Jesus does. We listen to what Jesus says. And we seek, as followers of Christ, to learn to the right things to know, the right knowledge and information, yes, but even more than that, we learn to perceive like Christ and feel like Christ and live like Christ. Now, if we do this well together, what it will look like for us is that we will cultivate and seek to live lives that are holy, lives that are full of grace and compassion, lives of courage and humility, lives that offer the love and grace of Jesus Christ to all people. And so in this season of ministry, we come back to Jesus. We come back and we say that Christ is our center. It's not about my way or your way. It's not about my agenda or your agenda. We seek the way of Jesus Christ, the way, the truth, and the life. And if we do that, it will lead us to champion joy and life abundant for all people, even into the ends of the earth. So where do we begin? I want to encourage you in the days ahead to make a list of some of the people that you've known in your life who have been Christ-centered individuals. And then also make a second list. What are some of the things that you want to do in this next season of life so that your life can be centered on Christ? If we do that together, and if we move forward with Christ at our center, God, I know, will do with us more than we could ever ask or imagine.